Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. Today is Wednesday, February 11th, 48 hours away from yet another Friday. They are coming in fast and furious. In this video, we're going to take a look at what could be construed as a glitch in the matrix. You hear people talking about the possible matrix that we live in, and every once in a while, a glitch will show up, something unusual that people aren't used to seeing there. Girly Chew and Dr. Shulman Sands, what's going on, guys? Eyes up 9542. We're going to take a look at some possible glitches. Yeah, some malfunctions that people probably weren't supposed to see, but they did. Caught it on camera. You're going to see a big fireball above Indiana. You're going to see some more snow residue. Weird stuff being left behind from the recent snowstorm across the Midwest. What else we got in this video? Oh, some mysterious objects in the Florida and Arizona skies there. Child of God, JP Bassy. What's going on, JP Bass? There's my moderator. What's up, guys? Glad you're here in the live stream today. I'm going to talk about something else, too, that I touched on just a couple of days ago, just real quick, because we watch a lot of things over here, and this is something that I just happened to notice. A couple of days ago, I noticed that the Japan stock market, guys, I don't have a horse in this race. Trust me, I do not. But I pay attention to these things when they act differently, okay? Again, the N225, this is the Japan stock market, shot up over 1,000 points in one day, basically in 1 hour, like it did 2 days ago when it jumped up over, what was it, 2,100 points. So now that makes a two-day total of over 3,000 points in gains. That is a sign. We look for signs over here. Signs in the sun, signs in the moon, signs in the stars, signs everywhere. That's what we do. Trust me, guys, that is a big sign. Exactly what it means, I'm not sure. But we'll have to wait and see. Just be watching. Anyway, over here at the earthquake map at the USGS website, not too much going on today, but that's about to change here in the coming days, or at least it very well could change because of the unique planetary alignment that we are currently in. Full speed ahead. We're just waiting on the eclipses and solar activity and things like that. The full moon coming up with the lunar eclipse. So we could see an increase in solar activity quite easily over the next week to 2 weeks. Look for big earthquakes and swarms. We saw a swarm over in California, and I believe it's still going on. It's just not quite as intense. Have a dual moon photo over here at the homepage of the website sent in by Erica out of Michigan. I don't think she was supposed to see that, but she did. And when she was viewing it, she called her husband to come and see it. We're going to take a closer look at that here in a moment. There was an M-class solar flare earlier today, but it didn't amount to much. It wasn't that big, and it wasn't Earth-directed, so we're not really too worried about it. Looking at the Truman resonance the last 24 hours, it has been in high-octane overdrive. Are you serious right now? Were any of you having trouble sleeping last night? Were some of you overly hungry? I know that sounds weird, but sometimes when the Schumann is cranked up, sometimes when there's coronal holes facing the Earth, and we are in the middle of a high-speed stream of solar wind, it affects people, not necessarily in bad ways. It just affects people because, once again, as we talked about the other day, you are indeed a biological antenna. And when Earth feels something, you feel something. And we all react differently. And there was a blank spot there for an hour. Not sure if that's just some sort of a glitch. We're going to talk about glitches again in this video. Was that another glitch? Huh? I just noticed that myself. I saw that earlier, but I just now connected the dot with you guys here in the live stream. Maybe it was a glitch. I don't know, but the Schumann was in full whiteout mode for 24 hours straight last night, well, the last 24 hours. So sometimes that does affect our sleep patterns. Maybe you sleep too much. I will say this. I slept pretty good last night. The other night I was up about a week ago. It was the exact opposite. So wild and wacky sleeping patterns for sure. And I know a lot of you people are experiencing that as well because you made comments in the comments section. Looking at the Earth-facing side of the sun, all in all, pretty quiet. You're seeing a few scattered sunspots, but they're not real big and they're not hyperactive, so they're not necessarily going to be overachievers. We're waiting on something to turn around or come around the eastern limb of the sun right up there. there is more than likely a larger active region getting ready to turn, because we've seen some action come from that the backside of the sun. About 4 days ago, we saw a massive eruption. Speaking of massive, can you imagine looking up in the sky and seeing this? That's what Mel Clark saw in northeastern Ohio the other night. And not only did Mel look up and see this big wedge moving through the sky cohesively as one unit, there was also something spotted in another part of Ohio, much smaller, by Abe on the same night. I mean, what are the chances of two different people in the same state sending me pictures, and these folks don't know each other? So you know a lot of other people saw this stuff too. Two wedges, one small, one big, flying through the skies of Ohio. Make that make sense. I mean, you just simply can't. I'm just sharing that with you guys, just an observation that people are seeing. We see things, people are seeing things in the sky all the time. I've got some cool things to share with you guys in this video too. This is what's coming up here on the 17th in less than 6 days, less than a week, solar eclipse. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to fly to Antarctica to see that, and that's not gonna happen. We might be able to get some pictures out of New Zealand. We'll have to wait and see. However, we'll be able to see the lunar eclipse, and I'm gonna bring it to you guys live from right out here in Arizona. Speaking of Arizona, check this out. I wanna show you guys something. A weird video was sent in. Come on here, I gotta get my, where's my, there it is right there. Okay, video sent in by a gentleman, said this was his first time sharing a video with me, and I appreciate it. This was sent in by a gentleman from right out here in Arizona, not too far from my neck of the woods over here in Chandler, Arizona. Dan looked up and saw this in last night's sky. Look, I live out here, and I know what's in the night skies out here. I've been monitoring the night skies out here for a long time. I've never seen anything like this in the night sky. A beam, some sort of a beam, light beam, that appeared to be originating from up above this beam, not down. So check it out, video sent in by Dan.
This is the first video I ever sent in that Mr. MB333.
Thank you, Dan.
There is a, let me get focused. There is a light pillar. It's kind of faint above it, but look at that.
Yeah, we don't have light pillars out here.
Just out in the sky. It almost looks like a laser. I can barely see it with my normal eyes, but
somebody honking the horn over there in the background. But anyway, we don't have light pillars out here in the Arizona skies because it's not cold. When you see light pillars in the sky like that going up into infinity, it usually is indicative of a very cold air mass and molecules that are being illuminated by a light pole on the ground, and it will create a pillar of light in the nighttime sky. That doesn't happen out here in Arizona. Could it have been man-made? Of course it could, but to see something like that in the Arizona sky is very, very rare. Good catch, Dan. I gotta be honest, I have never seen anything like that in the skies out here above Arizona. Here's something spotted in the sky last night above Indianapolis, mapped from the American Meteor Society. Those are the people that reported this fireball by Candy Green. Check it out. Gentleman standing on his porch and just happened to be looking in the right place at the right time. How often does that happen? Look at that. Big old fireball above Indianapolis, Indiana at around 10:30 Indianapolis time last night. So you know a lot of people saw that large fireball. As we've been in a small debris field. There have been some very close NEOs, near Earth objects, in the last, I don't know, week and a half. That was probably a stray right there that got pulled in by Earth's gravity. A lot of times when big ones come near the Earth, and I'm talking within, you know, a couple million miles, not any impact threat to Earth, but they don't travel alone. And that's what you're seeing right there. Probably a stray from, you know, a larger asteroid that went by the Earth that did not impact the Earth. So that one did. It was obviously handled by the atmosphere. No problem at all. We are watching South America. We're watching above Brazil. We're watching out for the, hold on, let me get my handy dandy. Where is it? This one right here. We got people talking in the background. Turn that out. That gets me every time. There we go. Watching for this South Atlantic anomaly. We're going to find it. We're going to find signs of it. That's what we do. We look for signs of things. And there is an anomaly down here, a breach basically in the magnetic field. We're looking for signs of that breach. So Yago, I got your back, just like I promised, and I will find that. Sooner or later, we'll get to it. If we stay on it, we stay persistent, we're going to find it, or at least we're going to find signs of it. Yes, we are. Speaking of signs, I want to show you guys something that was spotted above Victoria, British Columbia. Here we go. We're talking about, you hear people talk about the Matrix and things like that, and glitches in the Matrix. We see weird things all the time. I get videos all the time of weird stuff. This is one of those times. This was from yesterday. Young lady looked up and saw this in the daytime sky. I've got another video, 2 more videos to share with you guys of things that probably weren't supposed to be seen. This doesn't make sense here. This is why she took the video. This dark thing up in the sky really shouldn't be there. Okay, the sun's up here, or the sun's right there. That doesn't match what's in the sky. That's why she took the video. Where did that come from? Something wasn't right there, and she's exactly right. That does not match. There was some sort of a glitch there in the sky above Victoria. She was at the right place at the right time, had the presence of mind to film that. That's why she filmed it. She said it looked out of place. Something just did not look right with this situation here. Here I put it in a different format just to show the sharp contrast between that dark void right there, almost like a gash in the sky. And this right here, some sort of a contrail, looks nothing like the black gash in the top of the atmosphere. That's basically how I'm interpreting that. Some sort of a gash, like you would see right here. That's a gash in the sun's atmosphere. It happens, okay? It's not uncommon. We see coronal holes. Sometimes they're long and linear, like this one here. This one here is kind of shaped like a J or a part of a horseshoe. Sometimes they're big and round. That's what's going on here. Looks like some sort of a gash in the atmosphere. That's not a shadow. There's no way that's a shadow. The sun would have to be higher. That is not a shadow. That is something unusual that she caught in the daytime sky. Great catch. This here video out of, and I put the photo over at the homepage of the website. Young lady called her husband as she saw this in the sky temporarily from Michigan, Erica. She said, oh gosh, because she saw it. Watch. Check it out.
What is that? Babe?
What?
She's calling her husband over to take a peek at what's going on in the sky, at least temporarily, visible from their location in Michigan. We see dual suns every once in a while. We see dual moons every once in a while. We've seen a dual moon out here in Arizona. Multiple people in Arizona have seen the dual moon, myself included. My family saw it one night, and they don't normally notice things like that, but my son got out of the car and was looking at it because it looked so incredibly bizarre. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. I went outside, I saw it myself. There was something to it, and it also happened during the winter months in the northern hemisphere. Could it be another glitch that we're not supposed to be seeing? Like these here, guys. I received I'm close to 3,000 videos now of this phenomena right here. Denise out of San Antonio, Texas, sent in this video of an entire parking lot. This is a glitch, okay? Could it be some sort of a glitch? You see what I'm saying? This is why I took these videos and I didn't even share probably 25% of these things that I've received. In fact, I was just in a folder before I put together this live stream looking for, some of these examples, just a couple to share with you guys. Is this some sort of a glitch? Of course it is. This is a big time glitch. Video here by Trina Becker. I've got videos by Jade out of Florida. I've gotten videos from people all over the world. Is this yet another glitch? It's as if the earth is glitching. It's as if this stuff is trying to tell us something. You know what I mean? It's a sign, let's put it that way. To me, it's a sign of something much bigger, that we just can't comprehend right now. That's all. Is it anything super nefarious? Probably not. But it's an adjustment to the changes that the earth is going through. The earth is always in a constant state of change, and that change is going to create glitches from time to time until we can figure out how to solve the glitches. You know, just like when there's a big CME that comes towards the Earth and interacts with the satellites and they glitch and do things like that, it's no different. The Earth is a big satellite, and yes, it's going to glitch from time to time. Why wouldn't it? It's always receiving and sending out energy, just like people. People are always receiving and sending out energy. You're, like I said earlier, a biological antenna. So am I. You know, we send and receive signals. This video here is by Barry out of Naples, Florida. Check this out. This is just something unusual that was sent in. I get videos like this quite often, to be honest with you. Sometimes if they're close enough like this here, and I can share them with you guys where you're able to see it, I'll share them. Check this out. This was from a couple of nights ago, I believe. Watch what happens here. This is wild. He didn't know what this was. That's why he started filming it. And it's not a Chinese lantern, as you're going to see here in a minute. It accelerates. And this video was over 6 minutes long. I just made it to about 45 seconds for presentation purposes, so we would be able to get through this in a decent amount of time, because there's a couple of parts of it where it went out of focus. But yeah, this video was 6 minutes and like 31 seconds long. Do you see right there where it just kind of split in two? You don't see that every day or every night, do you? Pretty wild. Now that they split in two, watch what happens. That's a waterfall you hear in the background. Let me turn that down just a tad. And there it goes. This one right here is going to accelerate. And then as it starts moving, this is the part, one of the parts where it kind of went out of focus. So I kind of left most of that out. But the video itself, he watched these for over 6.5 minutes. Chinese lanterns typically last minute and a half for safety reasons, you know. Chinese lanterns are a literal flame floating in the sky. So you don't want a literal flame floating in the sky infinitely. So yeah, they only last about a minute and a half. Here's like the back half of the video, because unfortunately the majority of the video was out of focus. But it was a good observation of something weird spotted from Naples, Florida, a couple nights ago. Like I said, this is the back part of the video. The primary took off. This is the secondary right here. Still there. Chinese lanterns don't have propulsion systems. Their propulsion system is the wind, a little breeze in the sky. That's all they need. They don't need much. They just kind of drift off at the mercy of the wind. And they're kind of discombobulated. They don't hang around in one place like that. That's staying in one general location. The other one already took off. So don't know exactly what we're dealing with here. Some sort of a bright, colorful, flickering object in the nighttime sky above Naples, Florida. Great catch, Barry. Thanks for sharing the video. And there, here it kind of just disappeared. Same night, 2926. Here we go. Going from Naples, Florida to Central Florida. Danny Hatfield looked up and saw this in the nighttime sky. Same night, different location. She had no idea what this was. William Hatfield's daughter from Central Florida. This here had kind of a greenish blue appearance to it. Obviously a little bit of white, because it was a light, some sort of a light in the sky. It wasn't an airplane, helicopter, or drone. Something she had never seen before in the skies above Central Florida. And this one here too from the Naples area, which is down, I believe, in southwestern Florida, I believe. Florida's a beautiful state. Lived there for a few years, and yeah, love Florida. Like being near the water, love the water, and love the state of Florida. Good job, guys. Keep the snow videos coming. Here I have another one to share with you guys. I mentioned it earlier at the beginning of the video. Check this out. Remember the snowstorm that blanketed the Midwest, and the ice storm that had power out for around 2 weeks in Missouri or Mississippi and Tennessee? This is the residue, more of the residue that was left behind from Indiana. I've received videos and photos from Arkansas. This one here is out of Avon, Indiana by Chuck and Jennifer. They took this video yesterday. This was on the ground after the snow and ice melted. What is going on? You guys ever see that? What would cause that? I grew up in the snow, been in many snowstorms over the years. I don't remember that. I never remember seeing anything like that after the snow melted off. No way, Jose. That is wild. And I've got these examples of these this mysterious like webbing type of stuff that almost looks like a thin version of cotton candy. What? Are you serious? Look at that. Take a close look. And he took a straw down here to kind of move it around a little bit. Man, that's wild. Seriously, guys, I grew up in the snow. We used to play in the snow as kids. You guys have all been there, done that live above the 40-degree north latitude. You've been in snow. You know how snow rolls. You know what it does when it melts. It doesn't do this. It never used to. What's up with the snow? Good grief. I've had people send me videos and of snow that wouldn't melt. And now we've got snow that's melting webs on the ground. Man, that's wild. Again, I grew up in the snow, never saw anything like that, ever. Probably went through, I don't know, 30 winters. Somewhere around that neighborhood, 29 winters, something like that. Never once saw it. Not a chance. Could be some kind of, hey, Jenny, thank you, Jenny, for the pleasant surprise the other day. Appreciate that. Could be some kind of pollution. You're right, Jenny. It could be. It very well could be. I don't think the air is probably the same today as it was 30 years ago. I mean, still air, but yeah, there's probably more pollutants and things like that. We should be getting better at that. Hopefully we are in some regards, but I don't know. It's just weird. It's a weird observation. People feel compelled to take photos of it, and it's obviously something new and weird to them, you know, and when they share it with guys like me, I've never seen it before either, and I'm from the snow. That's where I grew up. Never seen nothing like it. Yep, could be. Yeah, Lake Villanonca. No, I wouldn't want to eat any of it. And you know what they say? Never eat yellow snow. You know why? Don't eat yellow snow, those of you that live above the 40 north. No, that was one thing we learned as kids. Don't eat yellow snow. No way. Looking at some cool photos out of New Zealand. Check it out. This is back when there was a strong geomagnetic storm that pushed auroras deep into the southern, the southern U.S. Hell, I think they even got into Florida during that storm. And then, of course, the southern auroras. Yeah, they have southern auroras. Those were spotted in New Zealand. And if we're going to see the eclipse, I'm counting on some folks from New Zealand, assuming it's not cloudy on the eclipse day, the 17th. Maybe we'll get some pictures out of New Zealand of the upcoming solar eclipse. They'll be able to see part of it. I don't think they're going to be able to see 100% totality. That's only going to be a special view from Antarctica. So, you know, our friends down there there's several bases in Antarctica. I know at one time there were 30 or 40 bases, different bases down in Antarctica. I don't think there's that many right now, but I think McMurdo, the good guys and gals at McMurdo Station will probably have a front row seat to the upcoming solar eclipse on the 17th and then the lunar eclipse on March 3rd. I'm going to bring that to you guys live from Arizona, weather permitting, assuming it's not cloudy. It's usually not cloudy in Arizona, but you never know. I mean, it could be. We'll have to wait and see. But if it's visible, which if it's not cloudy, it will be visible, I'm going to bring it to you guys live. So don't forget to stop in and check it out. Hey, moderator, thank you for helping out. Oh, yeah, make sure you hit the like button, guys. I always forget to tell you that. I just assume that you will. It just helps the video, that's all. Just pushes the video out there a little bit further. All right, well, guys, that's all I got for today. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and spending part of your Wednesday with me. Once again, we're headed towards a Fast and Furious Friday. Every time we turn around, it is Friday again. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to hop off here. I got some other things I'm working on, and I want to get back to that so I can bring it to you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.